If I lost everything on LinkedIn tomorrow, no followers, no connections, and no reputation, and I had to start from scratch right now, this is exactly what I would do step by step to land 10 clients in just 10 days. And this isn't a theory. I've helped others do this, and the system I'll show you today is something I trust to rebuild everything. Plus, I'll show you proof of how this method works without being spammy or salesy. Now, most people think landing clients on LinkedIn is either about going viral or sending cold DMs, but here's the reality. Organic reach is not what it used to be. The people crushing it today, they built their audiences years ago. So if you're a B2B service provider or in tech, waiting for posts to magically bring you leads is like waiting for a bus that is never coming. That's why the strategy I'm about to show you is built differently. We are going to cover how to optimize your LinkedIn profile so it acts like a client magnet landing page, a strategy to turn your existing connections into referrals without awkward pitching, and the exact method that works even if you're starting from zero. This is about actionable strategies that turn into clients fast. So let's dive in. Now, if your LinkedIn profile isn't getting you leads, it's probably because it's saying all the wrong things and you don't even realize it. Now, imagine walking through a shopping mall. You spot a brand new store and there's a problem. The windows are blacked out, there's no signs, nothing. The only clue is a tiny note on the door that says, "We are passionate about synergy and results driven." Here's the question, are you walking in? Of course not, right? That could be a bakery, it could be a law firm, or it could be an underground fight club. It's not worth taking the risk. And yet, that is what most LinkedIn profiles look like. There's no clear sign of what they do, who they help, or why anyone should actually care. If you want people to actually reach out, your profile needs to work like a well-lit, inviting storefront. Clear, welcoming, and obvious about what's inside. So first, banner image. If your banner is just a random skyline or a stock photo, fix it. Use it to tell people exactly what you do and who you help. Think of it like a billboard for your business. Next, profile picture. No blurry vacation photos, no wedding pictures with your ex cropped out, just a professional friendly headshot that makes you look approachable. And if you're wondering, well, which photo makes me look the most sort of LinkedIn influencer and professional? There is a website, it's called Photo Feeler, and it lets strangers judge your face. So it's basically Tinder for business photos, and you can also use it for dating as well. Next up, headlines. CEO and founder is sort of okay, but it's kind of a bit limiting. So instead, be specific. Who do you help and how do you help them? For example, I help B2B founders get 10 plus high intense sales calls per month using LinkedIn. By the way, this is exactly what we do. So if you want to apply to work with us or just see the system we use in its entirety for free, I've popped some links for you in the description. Next is a call to action. So don't make people guess what to do next. Include a booking link, a lead magnet, or direct contact info so they can take action immediately. Which is exactly, funnily enough, what I've done in the description of this video. Ow, my eyes. Now, if your profile is confusing or vague, nobody is going to stick around to figure it out. But if it's instantly clear who you help and how, you'll turn profile views into real business opportunities. Okay, so we've got our profile sorted, and I'll show you how we get people to see it in a minute. But right now, what we need to do is we need to get clients because we need money because we're starting from zero. So this next point is the fastest way you can get paying clients. Now, most people think they need to message complete strangers to land clients on LinkedIn, but here's a secret. Your first few leads are probably already in your inbox. They're people you actually already know. Now picture this. You get a random text from an old high school friend you haven't spoken to in years. Hey man, it's been a while, we should catch up. It sounds nice, right? Because you used to get on, but deep down you know what's coming next. Coming next is, by the way, have you ever thought about becoming your own boss? And boom, it is a pyramid scheme. This is why people hesitate to message old connections. Nobody wants to feel like they're just another sales target. But here's the thing, you should be reaching out to the people you already know. You just need to do it in a way that doesn't make them want to block you. So instead of hitting them with a direct pitch, we're going to make it about them. The goal is simple, reconnect, remind them what it is you do, and here's the twist. Ask if they know anyone else who might benefit from your service. That way, they are not on the spot and your offer stays top of mind without being pushy. So first, start with familiar faces. You can use Sales Navigator to do this. Add the first degrees connection filter plus some targeting so you find your ideal persona in your network. Next, use the non-salesy approach. Instead of, hey, want to buy my service, just open with something hyper personalized and also complimentary about them. Also, a very, very quick note, AI, everyone seems to be jumping on it, fine. It usually sucks at doing this, so do the research yourself. The human touch goes a very long way here. Now, when the conversation is going, keep it low pressure. Remember, no pitching, just offer something for free to people they know. You would be surprised how often this turns into either the person you're speaking to becoming a client or referrals. Now I'm going to make it even easier for you. Here's a really easy template you can use. Oh, and another hack that weirdly works. If they say they don't know anyone, just use the line, well, if you did know someone, who would they be? Ha! I don't know why that works, but for some reason it does. The first few clients you land won't come from cold outreach. They'll come from people who already know, like, and trust you. But what happens when we exhaust our network? Is that the end of it? Well, no, not even close. You need to keep going and follow the next steps to make LinkedIn a powerhouse. By the way, if you're enjoying this and you want a little bit more help, I've left some links in the description. You can either apply to work with us down there, or I've given you some free resources you can grab for free. Now, most people treat LinkedIn like a business billboard, but they forget one tiny little problem. Nobody drives past it. Imagine spending thousands of dollars on a huge fancy billboard in the middle of a desert. It is beautifully designed, there's stunning colors, there's a perfect tagline, but there's just one problem. There's no traffic. No one is driving by, no one even knows it exists. That's exactly what happens when your LinkedIn profile looks great, but you have no traffic. And this is why you need to post, but not to go viral, not to impress your mum, but just to stay visible to potential clients. It's trust building, because the more familiar people are with you, the more likely they are to reach out when they need help. So first, we need to post content, but what content? Well, here's a very, very simple framework. As a rule, we want to give far more than we take. The ideal ratio of giving to taking is about 80-20. This is why roughly 12 minutes of every hour on TV is dedicated to advertising. They did the hard work and they discovered that sweet spot. So we want to post twice a week with growth content. This is broader appeal stuff, but still keep it linked to what you do. We found comedy skits about marketing for us worked really well here. The goal here is to get in front of new people. Then we want to post twice a week with educational content. This is to nurture existing followers and to set yourself up as an expert in your field. This is where you start to build trust. And we found that carousels do quite well here. And finally, once a week or maybe once every 2 weeks, you do a capture post. These posts offer something for free with the call to action of sending you a message with an action word to access that free resource or free help. To see how the whole system works, you can either send me a DM saying growth, or there'll be a link in my bio. I'll send you a full overview of the system. And a couple of bonus tips here. Engage with other people's posts about 15 minutes before you post and about 30 minutes after. And don't worry about your content sucking to start with. Repetitions will mean you're guaranteed to improve. Now, this is necessary and effective, but it can take some time to get real traction, and we want to get more results fast. So this next point is where we take things to 11. Now, sending cold LinkedIn messages can either get you new clients, or it can get you blocked faster than someone pitching an exciting crypto investment opportunity. Now, let's imagine you're at a networking event, right? You're holding a drink and you're chatting with a group, and then suddenly this guy appears out of nowhere. He skips a small talk, he doesn't ask your name, nothing, and he just blurts out, "Hi, I sell consultation services, do you want to book a call?" Everyone, just awkwardly, they shuffle away, and yet that is exactly what most people do on LinkedIn. They send random connection requests and immediately follow up with a pitch. It's weird, it's desperate, and it does not work. Instead, we are going to make things feel natural. So firstly, we're going to go to Sales Navigator, and we're going to search by industry, job title, and location to narrow down your ideal clients. No more wasting time on people who will never buy. Next, we want to warm them up before connecting. If they have content, like it and comment on it. Then send a connection request. No, hey, first name, I'd love to add you to my network, spam, none of that. Instead, mention something specific about their content or mention a connection in common to start a real conversation. Now, we're going to lead with value, not a pitch. Very fine line, you've probably heard this before, but I guarantee you haven't fully grasped it yet. So instead of asking for a call right away, we're going to offer something genuinely useful, such as a quick audit, a free resource, or a small insight tailored to their business. We are going to offer this entirely for free. It should be something they would normally pay for. It should be something that resolves the first step of the problem you help resolve, and it should be very low commitment. So here is an example. Now, no one likes being sold to, but everyone likes getting value. If you approach cold outreach like a helpful expert instead of a pushy salesperson, you won't just get responses, you'll build real business relationships that lead to clients. This next hack was the real game changer. It is the secret I don't really want to let out because it is so powerful, which is why I kept it only for the most dedicated, and you are still here. So here it goes. Have you ever had someone check out your offer and they seem interested and then they just vanish into thin air, just like they've entered witness protection? Just imagine you go on this great first date. The conversation flows, there's a clear spark, and you both say, let's do this again. But then there's nothing. There's no text, no calls, it's just radio silence. Now, you could assume that they hated you, and they hated you so much that they changed their name, or maybe they moved to a different city. Or you could just accept the reality. Life gets busy. People forget. Sometimes they just need a little reminder, or they liked you, but they just didn't feel they knew quite enough to commit yet. And that is exactly how LinkedIn prospects work. Just because they didn't convert immediately, it doesn't mean they're not entirely interested. They probably just got distracted by 100 other things, and this is why retargeting exists. Retargeting makes sure you don't get forgotten. It keeps you in front of warm leads, so when they're finally ready to buy, you're the first person they think of. Firstly, we need to make a remarketing audience in LinkedIn. The best audiences to build are website visitors or company page visitors. If you have ads running, this is also really powerful, and you want to make audiences of people who interacted with your ads. Next, set up brand awareness ad campaigns that specifically target people in these audiences. You want to add a load of content in here. Promote your top posts from your personal account, make video content that addresses common issues, share case studies, and also things like testimonials. You want to be in front of your prospects every single time they log into LinkedIn. I am telling you now, this is the magic pill you have been looking for over and over again. Most people don't buy the first time they see an offer, but they do buy from the brand they see the most. If you want to stay top of mind, retargeting makes sure you don't disappear into the void. Now, this is what I would do if I started LinkedIn from zero and wanted to get clients quick. But longer term, you need a full client acquisition system that is both predictable and reliable. Well, what I just ran you through is just a tiny part of a system I've built over the last 4 years with millions in ad spend, hundreds of thousands of leads generated, and tested with hundreds of clients. The system is called the Controlled Growth Framework, and it is the most simple, efficient, and effective client acquisition system for B2B. And in this video, I give you a full breakdown of everything in that system, and as a bonus, it is entirely free. You are welcome, and I'll see you over there.